I'm Dave Birch, I'm Director of Innovation at Consult Hyperion. 10 years ago is when chip and pin was rolling out, EMV was rolling out in the UK, EMV rollout in the US was still a distant prospect. But actually that went quite smoothly. So what we didn't see 10 years ago, and I say this with the complete wisdom of hindsight, is I don't think we quite saw how mobile phones would explode. I mean, we all had mobile phones and we used them all the time, but I don't think we quite seen how mobile phones would come to nudge the trajectory of payments into the future. I think I was most wrong about was TV. I thought smart TV and sort of TV as a platform would evolve into something for commerce, which it hasn't really evolved into, partly because of course mobile phones have sort of swerved around it. And we're now all in that multi-screen mode where, you know, even if you do see something on television, you buy it on your phone. Whether you're on the web or watching television or reading the newspaper or something, if you see something you want to buy, your natural inclination is just to reach for the phone. And now we have Apple Pay and Android Pay and Samsung Pay. Now that we're moving the security and convenience of EMV, of chip and pin, into that online environment, I see that as pulling us along for the foreseeable future. I think the most noticeable thing over the coming decade will be the way in which payments begin to fade away. They begin to fade out of sight. The most satisfying payment experiences that I have now on my phone are really the in-app. You know, when you order a taxi with Halo, or I buy a train ticket with Trainline, or you know, you use any of the new retailer applications that are coming along, the payment has gone. It's vanished inside the app. The obvious barrier that everybody can see is this whole issue of identity. And I'm hardly alone in seeing identity as the fundamental obstacle to the electronic commercification. You know, if we want the efficiencies of electronic delivery and electronic commerce, we have to do something about this identity issue. Identity fraud was up 57% in the UK last year. And the UK is not alone in this sort of thing. We need some kind of systemic approach to this instead of people coming up with their own individual solutions. In some countries that might perhaps be a government initiative that drives that forward, like in places like India, for example. In other places it might be the banks, as it is in Scandinavia. It might be the internet giants. We might find ourselves using our Amazon passport to navigate our way around the world. But I think I would like to see personally, you know, I would like to see the banks and the telecoms operators and the infrastructural players come together to produce an identity infrastructure that develops security and privacy hand in hand. On days like today, I can almost leave my wallet at home. In fact, some days I do accidentally, and you can get by. And yet I still have an emergency £20 note stuck in the bottom of my briefcase in case, you know, I forget my cards completely and lose my phone or whatever. So the question is, are we going to get rid of that rump of cash?